Poetry Corner. The Poetry Corner. The Poetry Corner. The Poetry Corner.
The Poetry Corner.
The Poetry Corner. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk Presents The Poetry Corner. I'd like to take a second to welcome all of our guests tonight. Welcome. We'll start from the bottom. Ragged. Ragged is new here. Brett. And thank you guys so much for joining us again. Valerie, Whitney, and our co-host, King and Aaron. Thank you guys so much for being here. Tonight's theme is open mic. So come as you are, and we'll try to follow the vibe. I think since our new guys tonight are Brett and Ragged, tonight we're going to start the show off with Ragged. Ragged, how are you tonight?
Pardon me. Doing well. Thank you very much for the invitation. Thanks, Valerie, for turning me on to you guys. Looks like a great platform here. So I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you so much and welcome. Before we get started, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself and some of the things that you have going on in the community?
I've been on, I discovered the Instagram poetry community about a year ago after having been on some Facebook forums for a little while that hadn't panned out much. And I discovered a very vibrant community that has led me to other places off Instagram now, and Clubhouse, and now and YouTube, and in the real world. I do have a couple published poems in anthologies. Just entered contests and got published from those. No book out or anything like that. Most of my work can be found on Instagram under Ragged the Poet, and I'm just very happy to be here and find out and listen to everybody else and hear what they are going to bring. I'm very excited.
Absolutely. Well, it's wonderful to have you, and thank you so much. So I think we're going to just drop you right in the pool and let you get started. As we said before, the theme is open mic. We'll get started with your first piece.
Okay, the first piece is a request, and it's called The Hangman's Toll and the Wheel of Creation. Great Judas sold a kingdom for the love of silver coin, and built a church that everyone eventually will join. For loyalty is a virtue, but in the midnight hour, Our Lady of Betrayal rings her bell's resounding power. And the seeds of doubt can grow with roots sunk deep into the ground, till they crack a sure foundation and watch falsity abound. For the traitor's curse has plagued the race since Cain picked up a stone, with a wicked need arising from those desperate to atone. And the only cure for this disease was heralded by Christ, and the lessons taught by Socrates through word and sacrifice. For a prince became the Buddha when he walked beyond the veil and beheld this world illusion that leads all to travail. For Judas found this paradox while hanging from a tree, as the rope of self-incrimination set the captive free. For the truest truth that can be learned is hidden in the soul, when the traitor's curse is lifted as we pay the hangman's toll. So somber are the melodies beyond the realm of names, where memories are laid to rest and death can make no claims. For souls relinquish flesh and bone who journey to the void, they signal from the maelstrom that all will be destroyed. The churning wheel will reinvent each particle, each wave. Destruction and creation dance together, burn and rave, and the cycle of eternity fills endless reservoirs, for death is just another stage. We are the breath of stars. And that's the Hangman's Tale.
Wow.
All right.
Very
Wow.
powerful. Very powerful.
That was amazing. That final line for me just, oh, that was an amazing piece. Thank you so much, Ragged.
Oh yeah, of course.
Definitely was fly.
Beautiful. Whew. Oh, wow. All right. Well, I think
I appreciate Valerie for the request.
Thank you for indulging me.
very beautiful request. Our next up, we're going to have Brett. Good evening, Brett, and welcome.
Good evening. Yeah, thanks for having me. What's up, guys?
Okay, you're very welcome. So we're going to get started with, give us a chance to learn a little bit about you and what you have going on and what you're working on.
Yeah, I mean, my introduction is relatively short. I started writing poetry recently. Just started my account over on Instagram in close to the new year in January. So I've been writing poetry on there, posting some poems. I'm not a spoken word artist. I am more of like an actual free verse poet. I have a degree in English from the University of Connecticut. So I have like a background in like reading and analyzing texts, a lot of reading and writing. But yeah, I don't have any publications under my belt. I don't really have anything going on at the moment. Not even writing a manuscript, but all of those things are my future. So if you guys want to check me out, definitely, pop over to my Instagram and see what I'm all about. But this is my first foray into poetry outside of Instagram. So happy to be here and potentially be posted on YouTube and whatnot. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, blessings upon all of your adventures.
And of course, thank you, Valerie, for sending me over to you guys. So
yes. Okay. Thank you, Valerie. Definitely. So can't wait to hear what you have to present to us, Brett. When you're ready, the mic is yours.
Yeah. All right. So I'll start off with a piece I wrote recently called Reflections. Reflections. The sconce surveilling me, and daybreak the precise amount of guest, sitting all around with an arm around my shoulder, spotlighting the sconce, surveilling me. In observance of this celestial angle, the sun, the sconce, myself created, of how myself I sat when I saw what they saw, of when, against my studies, the world invited light to a gathering of myself, used light to spread from my mouth its word, as if the word from my mouth were my own. Well as the flat screen, off yet still a channel, studied me as I examined eye in eye, a bitten apple glowing beneath my chin, a glare within my glare. And that red vase, a travesty of my brow, and how I tensed it to question how to myself I really am. When interiority is a loose label, a garage open type of welcomed neighbor, across from seldom hiccup and twitch, when I thought I had coughed its code to close. Daily reflection appeared different today, I suppose simply in that it appeared, that rather in myself, of myself, it appeared. In the sconce, the flat screen, the red vase, in multiplicities of myself, in parallels, in the verse of a room, in the versions of a room. So long above sinks flowers feed, and I, with curious sight, look up from myself, sometimes in the day's warrant consider seeking us, then us there will always be. Yet unto myself I am least reluctant to bounce, for I have had too few breaths at the stethoscope for my heart to feel handled with being so handled, to reckon myself as anything other than a blackened flammable thing, a cold crevice in the all-hail of cloudlessness. We might share the same fractals, the same compass upon these gilded walls, but exclude me from the reflexes of selfhood, my many bursts of lonesome burden, for it is impossible, however tempting, to explore the curtain's grooves as though they were stitched by someone else. Hardly likely to stare at my mug through these mirrors as I would a forever lost long brother, and embrace the light from which he might, just one day, arise to tell a triumph. Poem.
All right, Brett.
That's
That's what's up. That's
very
what's
Brett,
up.
powerful.
that
All
was,
right.
wow, that was amazing. You guys,
Definitely.
flowers for it. Oh, looks like we may have lost Ragged for a minute, but Ragged and Brett, thank you. That was a great welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And Whitney, welcome back. It's great to see you.
I
So
missed
with
you guys.
I missed
I
you
miss y'all so
too.
much. I've been so busy working and momming. I started a small jewelry company.
Oh,
It's just nice to be able to display my poetry. I've still been writing, but not as much as I could have been, spending a
mm,
lot of time doing other things. But it's nice to be back and be able to share what I have.
absolutely. It's more, we're so happy to have you back. Tell us a little bit about the name of your jewelry. I've seen it and I know it, but what's the name of your jewelry line? You gotta promote
It
that
is
for us.
called Waist Beads by Whitney. I make crystal wrap jewelry with copper. I have raw crystals. I actually go to crystal mines. My friends and I travel different crystal mines and dig for our own crystals, our own raw crystals. I make
Wow.
crystal jewelry, anklets. If you can think of anything that you haven't seen me make and
Mhm.
you want something made, it's always nice to have a challenge.
Wow. Okay. Looking forward to that. I want to know what those style bracelets are about. The ones that you had advertised before.
What was it?
The thigh. I think they were a thigh bracelet or
Oh,
something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, you got
Okay,
to tell me
so
what it's about.
I had someone reach out to me about these thigh beads. Apparently, that someone did a photo shoot and there were thigh beads included in the photo shoot. I've been working on a couple different prototypes. I haven't gotten it all the way to where I'd be satisfied, like saying, "Yeah, come, y'all, come get them." I'm not
Mhm.
all the way satisfied with it yet. I want it to be something that's sturdy, something you can wear all the time. Just like the waist beads that I've created, a lot I've noticed are permanent. You can't take them off. Mine are
Mhm.
removable. You can take them off, or you can keep
Mhm.
them on forever, however you please. The longest I think I've had a set of beads is maybe 2 years without them popping. But
Oh,
I'm working on the we maybe next spring for the
okay.
leg bead. Yeah, we'll
All
wait next
right.
spring.
We would definitely be in tune with those. Thank you so much. So I'm going to get out the way and let you share some of that poetry we've missed so much. The mic is all yours, my dear.
Okay. This poem is called From Dust to Dust. When the stars are meticulously aligned, my ancestors poured them there, where I am supposed to be, my belonging, my so called calling, the stardust, what I am composed of, the dust that I shall return, glitter sparkling and shimmering, where the unicorns graze, black girl magic is majestic, the intriguing intensity, unforgettable, like the whale's song sang to the universe for all seven seas. It is me, it is I am them. Through God who strengthens me, almighty and powerful and graceful and boldly made in his image, the image that has now come before me, the queen of everything, the portal, the essential being, the divinity, from dust to dust. End poem.
Yeah. I
Beautiful.
miss that.
all right.
I
All
miss
right.
that. Oh, it's like poetry and affirmations rolling. I love your poem. I missed you so much, Wit. Thank you.
That's
And we
superb.
will spin the block with our other
Oh, it's my turn.
host, our co-host, Aaron Early. Hello, Aaron.
Long time no see. I'm sorry. I've been coaching basketball. It's been real busy with the kids. Um,
Yeah.
but love the new faces. Um, I actually got a kick out of when Brett said a glare within a glare within a glare, as his glasses had a glare in it. I thought that was
Mhm.
a nice little touch. Um, but something really, really special to some of us is coming up this weekend, and that's Father's Day. So I made a caption recently. So I'm just going to give a quick little Father's Day poem. I don't title my poems for the most part. Um, and before I get into that, I also have Instagram, Aaron Early, that's spelled the way y'all see it, underscore poetry. That's my Instagram. I am working on a couple projects. I have like a erotic anthology coming out I have some short stories. I was on Black Writers Space. I got fourth place, so that means I got to do some more to get first and second. So,
All right.
but
Congratulations. Okay.
I'm gonna get into it.
All right. So yours.
I'm that annoying dad, the one you hate to admit that you're enjoying dad, the one you are quick to call when things are going bad, the loving dad, the he always doing something dad, the I call him uncle, but he really my cousin dad, the dad that still think he got it, the dad that always says no, but for you will empty out his pockets, the dad that works his whole ass off, the dad that'll dance his whole ass off, the dad that'll laugh his whole ass off, the dad that'll be proud of you when it's time to pass off, a whole ass dad. Not perfect, but perfection ain't my goal as dad. Where time is often missed, it may seem I just pose as dad, but that ain't my role as dad. A shout out to the mamas. Without them, I'm no good as dad, holding me accountable for what I should as dad. And my family, thank you for being in the neighborhood as dad. I thank y'all for continuing to encourage me to be a good ass dad. And that's my piece.
Oh, I love
All
that.
right, brother. All right. Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Happy Father's Day,
Yes.
by the way, y'all.
Happy Father's Day.
All
That's
right.
an
Thank you.
absolutely great way to
Same to
set it
you.
off. You need to post that in the event page so we can share it
I,
all Father's
I
Day
got you.
long.
I got you. I got you.
That's
I'll put it right in there.
great.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Valerie Lorraine, welcome back. It's great to see you.
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm Valerie Lorraine, and I can be found on Instagram at Valerie_Lorraine_poetic author. I host many shows over on that platform, and I've met a wonderful group of poets. Poetry is my passion. I've written my first book. It's Falling, and it can be found on Amazon, or I can be DM'd directly for a signed author's copy. And my next book, My Life Untitled, will be out in the summer this year.
Wow, congratulations. It's great.
Thank you so much.
It's amazing. Okay, well, when you're ready.
Thank you
Love
so
to hear
much.
some of your poetry.
Okay, this is called Pebbles. He is a little boy, turned to stone, holes in his shoes, jeans torn, alone, feeling lost. All is forgotten in the concrete of his mind. He only functions from a place of pebbles and cobblestones. Once loved, once embraced, all at once taken away from grace. Angels murmur over his breath, keeping prayer for his return. Too young to understand, too scared to break free. The iron spikes in hands and heels were to save him. Came to kneel at his feet. Blood still offered, drink of me. Tears still drop and glisten, even when the tomb rolled free. Solidified and held in place, he will not see. He is a little boy lost, turned to stone. Nothing can save him. He does not know. Forgiveness is his freedom. Valerie Lorraine.
Wow,
All right.
Valerie Lorraine. Absolutely. Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much for that piece.
Most
That's
def.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Ooh, okay. Next up on the mic is King.
Hello, everybody. King Atterbury. This piece I title Breathe Distance. This is that supermoon in June, activation control. Accomplish your route, choose a path on the road. Stories unfold, truth told, meet goals, no expectation. Heal mental lacerations before your thoughts start racing. Memories attached, cut it loose from your mind. Make prayers to the divine and find a mountain to climb. Affirmations like brand new day and brand new feeling can open up the conscious ceiling of your physical dealing with the hurt and confusion, conflicted emotions within. This is not a message I send, it's a memo to begin. Jumpstart your engine, feel the essence of a presence. Walk inside the present, leave the past outside of reference. Ex-corner boy, now stand on subjects and content. Whatever don't make sense, I manipulate the evidence. King. Thank you.
Woo, wow, it's
Cheers.
awesome. Thank you, King.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
Oh, that was beautiful. Okay. All right. This piece is called Orbit. In jest, I guess our memory exists. I guess our moment exists in orbit. It's a dance of patterned steps, preordained by fate. I wait with bated breath as change arrests our greet, as chance arranges our feet. I twirl and pirouette. It lets me kiss the space where you used to be. It's a dance as romantic as it is contrived. I watch another star shoots by. We'll call that one next lifetime as we exist in orbit. Faces and trust encrusted in space dust, all trussed up in the lines formed by the stars we connected, forming a pattern we named Uhuru, with as much freedom and control as the dance we dance. In orbit, in your rhythm, in the patterns, worn in sand from the stance of your last chazé. I never imagined I'd be dancing this way. Eyes closed, head back, lost in the tailspin of your last whirlwind, hands open, collecting moments like mementos, cradled in the arms of your star-like charm. You disarm my smile without warning as the universe keeps turning. I keep dancing, collecting roses in my teeth as I tango to a heartbeat that feels forever incomplete. And I keep dancing. Black holes open up like throats devouring souls, but I keep dancing. Meteorites collide, creating fireworks in the sky, and I keep dancing. Uncharted universes birth new stars, new moons, new chances, and I'll keep dancing. I keep dancing. I keep dancing. I will keep dancing. I'll keep my eyes trained in time to the minutiae in every move you make, if that's what it takes to keep me dancing. In your time, in your step, in your rhythm, in jest. I'll keep dancing where our moment exists, somewhere in orbit. And that's peace. Thank you.
All right.
Definitely,
All right now.
Appreciate it.
Full of
Thank you,
strength.
guys. Thank you. Back spin around to you, Ragged. Thank you for joining us again. Right, you'll have to unmute your mic.
Oh, did you say it was me?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Infamous glasses switch. I need to get bifocals at some point. This piece is called Resistance. You are a tempest, born like the moon, circling restless in cycles of magnetic blood and pure apprehension of mind. A vision of voices that wounds cannot bind and omens that leaves cannot trace. You hold me in a different space. You hold me in a cave of bone behind your eyes. You keep me locked and far away from the business of the sea, where the tides sex the beach with purpose and energy. You hold me apart from the bell tower and the chapel of your fears, for I do not kneel to the nightmare parade, nor do I yield to the witches' campaign of runes. But I do conspire with you. I lock into your view. I take an oath to a nation of two, where we nurture rebellion and spite to possessors of chains. We are resistors in the infinite war, for they are the crazy and we are the sane. They are the colonizers, we are the plains. They erect Auschwitz and shackle our souls to the trains. So we stake our claim with karmic flame, to write upon the stars our name. I pledge allegiance to your grace. You hold me in a different place. That's resistance.
Oh my
definitely.
God.
So many
Resistance.
powerful lines.
All
I
right.
really like the Chapel of Your Fears, Ragged. That was a really good line.
Right.
Yes.
It
Or
was recent for me.
Decks of the beat.
it was the line, I
Definitely
take
fun.
an oath to a nation of two. I love that line. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ragged. Brett,
Of
we're
course,
ready.
appreciate the opportunity.
You're welcome. Okay, Brett, it's on you now.
This is called Cherry Blossoms. On least enchanting evenings, I squint down the dim-lit boulevard as if to pinch myself, as if to convince Nightwalk not that the cherry blossoms aren't real, nor that their street lamp petals haven't fallen, but that I too am inconveniently dark under silhouettes unspoken to. that Japan hasn't fully blossomed for the mere Connecticut meanderer, that Japan hasn't fully bloomed for hoodies to appropriate Eastern honey drips with the delusional sway of Western hips, that Japan hasn't fully blamed themselves for the sandaled feet that step past their vintage pink belonging, their displaced hues of empathy. I could sense my crush they sense as tank top arms flirt past the florals of prom, and that I am not so shouldered soldier as much as civilian with a similar soul, a timely sprinkler to their sensitivity that the gardener must have left me to, that I may give such crossbuck romance a chance. And so they call for my hand in this cotillion where colors are courageous to fuse and backyard whispers become declarations. Perhaps I shuffle along only to stutter, to load another dialect onto my tongue like a gun to foolish homeland, and dare to utter their greeting in spite of an English farewell. Perhaps I prefer to merely pantomime reality with passive sniffs, as if smelling salt to the serenade of home, to pace myself down borders of transplanted discoveries and pretend I am Robin to the riverbanks of Kyoto. I wander a while, reach the final porch step, and look back until tomorrow, as all lost travelers do, and squint down the moonless boulevard at last to see how far I've come, as if to pinch myself. My damp footprints tell me I haven't gone yet far, nor long enough to cover rooftops with sleigh tracks, yet far enough to suspect little sleep throughout tonight's weep of cherry blossoms, and the question that keeps them alive for my answer, and the answer that keeps me alive for their question. I reserve a smile for a smirk before door lock, for I figure to always leave what's far enough close behind, just far enough to make cherry blossoms ask worriedly if tomorrow's streets will flood. Yet a home is where a sandal even walks in sleet, and to where the heartbeat gongs I am indigenous. To they that cried when the night I listened, to they that listened when the night I cried.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Wow, Brett.
All right.
Inconvenient.
So
Okay, Brett, that's what's up.
Thank you guys.
breathtaking. Thank you. Oh, Whit, I'll run back to you.
This piece is entitled Existence. Just being, just breathing. No names, no titles, no reasoning, no responsibility to ourselves, to our quote unquote necessities. Even in the event of a smile among strangers, there lies falsity. In the face and facades, one could say it's plastered on. The work of art in our face, that hurt, that love, that pain we create, just be, just see, but without sight, from the mind's eye, without shadow of a doubt, crystal clear. Meditate, wise ancestors reach out. Just be, just feel. Feel light, feel love, feel peace. Grounding, root chakra upon damp summer morning grass. Burning grass, rooted, just be. In all your essence, in all your glory, among every single title you remember to be, just to exist, no expectations and no exceptions. Existence in peace.
Oh, man. Yes.
Okay, Whit, that's
Wonderful.
what's
Thank
up.
you. And the energy was, yes, I love it. Oh, Valerie Lorraine.
Thank you. This piece is called She Writes. And so she writes, tumbling from her thought down to her pen, eventually for her lips to send. The message isn't always hers, sometimes fiction or the story of another. She writes. She needs to. The needs of others to read and to hear bright in her soul, like footprints left in the snow. There only for moments of the cold, and when the warmth saturates, they dissipate. And so she writes, leaving a traceable legacy to show she felt and cared. It started with her and bled out with the ink to permeate and penetrate, past simply skin deep within another, ink and text that made it past layers and days of thoughts, absorbing, adding hope to the imperfections of life. She writes of love, loss, and the unreasonable within the seasons, sprinkled with emotion that drifts as pretty as the chill of snowfall or the warmth of sunshine on the shores. The magic is in the snowflake, the silent falling snow, or the sun glistening and bouncing on nothing but air, even on such brisk days as these. Just as her pen scratches the page with no audible magic to be heard, yet words appear never to fade. Yes, that is magic to her. She learns with each curve of the cursive what heartache can grow into. The pain can be exchanged for power. Broken hearts will eventually self-mend. That healing happens in different ways. And peace and purpose are woven threads that cannot be unraveled. It is where she learned boundaries and how lessons were her advantage, an ever winding path to growth. Best, she learned her loyalty a strength not meant to be given until it became a reaper, the stalking taker, killing all within her. She learned her worth, fresh as a spring morning air, welcoming warm as the summer sun, unique as crystallized frozen snow on winter. And she will be as gorgeous in death as the changing leaves of autumn. So she wrote, whom the pen heals along the way was just an unknown, unseen, added pleasure. Valerie Lorraine.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
All right.
Thank
All right.
you. Oh,
That was nice.
it really was. King.
Okay.
Lilting and beautiful as usual with Valerie's pieces.
Yes.
If I can say, Valerie, it was absolutely outstanding. The only thing I would change is I wouldn't have a title.
Thank you, Reagan. I've just had to start titling my pieces. Thank
I'm
you.
sorry, guys. That was an inside joke with Valerie.
No,
We had long discussions
that's
about
cool.
whether to title or not title a piece.
Yeah, really good work, Valerie.
But it was actually splendid as usual.
Yeah, definitely
Yes,
dope.
indeed. Indeed.
All right. This piece I titled Freedom. My release to unleash any peace within my right. Ignite a certain type whether or not whoever like. Verbalize my thoughts on any matter that may arrive. Dissect the hidden lies that the government prescribe. Open doors to the truth after meeting of the minds. Underground ink and lines through this craft that poems shine. Leaders only lead and then leave only to breathe. Speakers inside a house that a disease can't even please. Walking inside the politics of policy, their democracy. More like hypocrisy, build a mental portal honestly. With no exaggeration, kill relation and persuasion. Anger of civilization is steady waiting and debating. Devoted upon the right and wrong, standing bold and strong. For how long will they try to break the bond of a race that's strong? Manipulating the strength with complexity of 2 cents. Remove the strain from the brain and utilize common sense. King.
Woo.
Had to get some more
Very,
buttoning
very
time.
powerful.
Yes, very powerful.
Strong
Indeed.
piece.
It was like a line drive poem.
Yes.
You know what? I actually thought Q forgot about me. You know, I was feeling the type of way.
Aaron, it's
Um,
like
but honestly, listening to everybody go, it's like you get inspired. I just want to start writing as y'all write and as y'all recite. I think it's so dope that we all come together with different styles, with different thought processes, with different ideas, concepts. So kudos to everybody. Um, I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all are helping me every single step of the way. Um,
indeed.
I don't, like I said, I don't title my poem, so I guess I'm like ragged. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. What do you call a flower that never stops blooming? It's like having an unlimited stock of beauty while business is booming. Unconsuming because you carry yourself in confidence. A queen in every ounce of her consciousness, who speaks with care and never condescends. Her style is as explosive as if a comet hits. Every angle of this angel is a compliment, a goddess whose beauty is guided without a consequence. It's a reward to be in the presence of her perfect petals, and before the gold rush, knowing that it's worth the settle. I walked the entire Golden Gate Bridge just to say I met you. To reach this level of delectable, you need more than the step stool. An endless climb to reach the epitome of divine, where you can sit there doing nothing and just be so goddamn fine. If I had the choice for this territory, and she'd be so goddamn mine, that's why I will strap up my laces and go ahead and climb. If it takes 1,000,000 miles, I do 1,000,000 trials. So on the 1,000,001st attempt, I'll be presented with your smile. I'll be present with a dozen roses, dressed in exquisite style, with my clock unwound, because forever takes a while. And I don't want to count the seconds while I'm in the presence of such a blessing. I don't want to count the minutes of the blisses while I am in it. I don't want to count the hours to shower you and empower you. I don't want to count the time when you are sharing yours with mine. I want to continue to see this eternal bloom, even if it were to gloom. And I say tune, even if it made me feel as if I was a buffoon. For you, I will, the moniker to my Quincy, every bit of nourishment to fuel me from the empty. Every desire will rule me when you tempt me. Once you're delivered, I'm hopeful you never resent me. Depending on my actions towards your watering, valuing your smile amidst all the other important things. Fighting for your eternal love, your heart is where I'm quartering, with your consent, not your portering. If not, you can order them to remove me from your chambers in hopes that I never contempt you or present you with any dangers, in hopes that I will defend you from all or any anguish, valuing your smile amidst all of the things that angers. God is the greatest painter, and he left us to be in awe forever. Sometimes I think he made you so unattainable for all the better, because having you is reaching the apex of earthliness. That's why I haven't met another woman worthy since. Meanwhile, I am shrouded in the shade of your blossoming. That's as good as these that's as good as these terrestrial optics get. I hope the fruit of your bloom stays right with the richness, paired perfectly with your smile. That's my type of exquisite. That's my piece.
Oh, it was
Okay, well,
romantic.
all
All
right.
right. All
Laying
right.
it out there, laying it out there.
Yes,
He did what he
indeed.
came for.
Yeah. That
Indeed.
was so romantic. I love that piece. All right. Okay. This piece, I'll just start it. It's your music that moves me. It's the overture that plays in the curvature that is your Cupid's bow, and the symphony in every soliloquy you speak to me. You feed me. You charge me like an electric guitar. You spit bars that send me to the edge of the galaxy, then brings me a courtside view of a sky full of stars. You touch the turntable softly, laying your stylus gently upon my record, a connection so staccato, electric, and violent. Your treble is so perfect that I can hear your silence. Wow. Look at you. You're amazing in your own special pitch. Part imperfection, part manly rayfish wit. You got a way about you that feels like art dada, like Mingus in a pork pie hat. You're the swell in my aria. Man, you entice me. I want you beside me. It's your music that moves me. Your tune sets my song free. I'll be the boom if you'll be the bip. I drink you in like lover's spit. It covers me. I'm caught up in it. The ride of your rhythm is worth the admission. To play in your whiskers like Santana tickles a Gibson. I want to straddle your Stradivarius. You be savant, master of the V in my virtuoso and the O in my overflow. It's whatever you want. God body MC, color me lyrically Picasso, then blow on that thing. Tickle my backbone like Coltrane on the saxophone. Use your fingers, play what you want. It's whatever you like. Thelonious Monk, 24-karat cocoa body cut a godly figure from the blueness of moonlight, the newness of noon night, this moment that's just right, round my corners round midnight, as the moon and your low tide tugs at my insides. You beefy like hootie, blossom in the back of my throat like sweet cherry wine and good ganja smoke. It's worth the bruises, it's worth every cent to be in your concert, to learn from your hand, to heed in response to your every command. I'm your one woman mosh pit poised for that next hit. It's your music that I'm addicted to, and I can never get enough of it. And that's that piece. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Mingus
right,
in a
all
pork
right
pie
now.
hat.
Yes,
Love that.
I'm gonna
All
look up who
right.
Thelonious Monk is. I don't think I know who that is.
Mingus in a pork pie hat and Monk, and you get all the references.
Yes, thank you guys so much.
Brilliant
All right.
piece. Brilliant, beautiful.
Thank you. Ragged, back to you.
Yeah, I'm a big jazz fan, so that one really, I was loving all the riffs that you were bringing with that. What a great piece.
Thank you.
So and that was phenomenal. So I have to follow that up. So thanks. Um, a wise person once said that if you follow up a great piece, the best thing to do is change the mood completely. So this is an untitled piece. It was my first real kiss. All kisses before were just lips pressing lips. I didn't know until then that souls intertwine. And from that day to this, I remember that kiss. Even 7 years later when they gave me your letter, I remembered that kiss in the moment before I opened the envelope and felt the pages erupt in my hands. In a deep silent place, I knew why you wrote it. You weren't saying goodbye. You were hoping I'd stop you from going to marry Mr. Just Good Enough. Good job, good looks, good pedigree, universal approval from your family, but who would never see you how you need to be seen, who would never connect, who didn't even know that hearts intersect. The letter was a plea to take you away. I knew it, but the truth was beyond me to say. I knew I should see it, but the letter weighed heavy. The words burned, and I saw only fire, and our love turned to smoke. I heard your cry clearly and even understood, but I was the wrong one to listen. My thoughts were in shock. I was heartbroken, yes, but also dismayed and utterly lost. How could you settle for a dead soul sleeper? The waking ones, we see what others do not, and we know very few of the rest see it too. I was stunned. It was not just a betrayal of me. It was the execution of you. I should have acted in haste and driven all night, but I couldn't move, couldn't think. Only rage could speak, and it spoke, cold and measured. Let the winds howl. Bring the volcano rain. Burn it to ash. Damn all your days. Lay in the grave they dug for you. That's a piece.
Yeah, we burying her too.
Okay.
Throw her in the grave. We don't like her.
All right,
Away
bro.
with that
She's
sugar.
trifling. That's what we say. She's trifling.
Yeah.
Damn, that was awesome.
Wow. Okay, Brett, it's on you.
Yeah, it's hard to follow these up, you know? It's like everyone's so good.
You got it.
So this one is called Blessless Saint. The rain fell like they do in tragedies. He was Antigone on the clothespin of grace, hanging proud onto a loose brick at castle top. A hot flash pinch of a fray wire in the wind. She was blessless saint, blessless saint. A hand can't longer hold further the 5 chances it can count. The ladder will timber like a split tree past a threshold of suicide lapse when arms are weak to mount the ledge of an otherwise raftless singularity. Unabashed thread coated in rubber, esteem, sticking his bubble gum under the table of false trillions, cutting short the sunburnt lawn, speeding past the hometown playgrounds, another shush to the kettle scream of Candlewick, another, until the dragon breathed brush fire and princess lips died kissless, until a hand couldn't longer hold and majesties precipitated justly. Blow out the burn before the burn blows out, begged Grace scoldingly, begging him scoldingly. Watchful raindrops, distant headlights toward him, the rain's self-announcement, the rhetorical knock on a lockless door. Watchful raindrops, bolts to deadbolts, hydrants to charred edges of illusory certificates, post-apocalypse smog to tender truths, breakaway vases to glass guarantees. And the rain fell like they do in tragedies, loosening the death grip from grace, accompanying misfortune on its rise down. And so too was a tragedy acast a stormy suburb, when Grace let go in her room like a gray cloud, the incense of faith escorted out by opened windows, and the closed throat coughs of a choking fate dispersing to his soul, somewhere, even still, bathing in it all. Somewhere, even still, she was blessless saint for him, all for him, blessless saint. Oh.
It
You hold
amazes
your
me.
own. You hold your own.
You just
Definitely.
illustrate emotions so well that it's
I
just
know,
like,
it's just like, whoop.
yes, that was amazing. That was great. Thank you, Brett.
Appreciate it.
Whitney.
Appreciate that.
This piece is fruitful seed. The best part of me lives and breathes on the outside of my flesh, of a blessing God has bestowed upon me honorably and vulnerably, loving blindly from just a seed, living warm, fluttering inside of me, breathless angel I've carried, born into sin, black butterfly. Mama shelters you with wings of wisdom and strength. You gain more than you gain more with grace and faith. It settles depending on your take. Fighting from the nest, flighting from the nest. Spread your wings. Share your love and your light and your happiness. Open your wings, our color, our rainbow, and dance with the clouds. Hold your head up high and adjust your crown. Always look upward and lifting others as you climb. In peace.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
Whitney.
Stunning.
All right.
Beautiful. I love it. Oh, thank you
Excellent.
so much.
Definitely.
Okay, Aaron.
Okay. Now, one of the things that I hate the most in this world is the friend zone. I think we all could agree about that. So, going to get into it. Such an intense attraction, full of suspense, distraction. We are just friends, and that's it. Hoping this doesn't end up tragic, where you and I fall for the madness. Figure it'll be a future of sadness. We can't just leave our friendship lagging if we allow these desires to happen. So I parked in the friend zone, I backed in. Circle of trust, I'm lapping. Anything you want to need, I'm tapped in. But what if you want me to tap it? I'm a sucker for your satisfaction. More than spirals are bound to happen. Yours truly is my favorite fashion. End of the story or caption. And this energy I have for you, you match it. While every other suitor lacks it. Trying to be tied down, someone clasp it. But these clip-on chicks can't grasp it. I'm caught up in your winds, your static. Blown away, shocked, such a magnet. Want to know what's on your mind like a status? What would we be if we were to grab this? Is it the bait that we're tackling? I don't want to end up captive, which is why I'm scared to get active and fuck around and leave our friendship fractured. Is it worth the risk to have her? I mean, for her, I'll run through a brick wall backwards. Anything that she's asking. I do this shit for real, not practice. I will move heaven and earth, the atlas, all for her satisfaction. How do we earn this habit? Where the yin and yang meets platonic versus passion. It's such an intense distraction, full of suspense, distraction. We are just friends, and that's it. We are just friends. That's it. That's my piece.
This is a delivery for
All right,
me.
bro.
Yes,
Okay, Aaron.
love it.
What's up?
No wonder why you get the
Thank
wine
you.
and the
Bro,
candles and the
definitely,
flowers.
Yes, all of the ambiance. Love it.
hmm
Oh,
All to
okay,
escape
back
the
to
friend
me.
zone.
Okay. All right. Let's see what I can do. Okay. It's placid here on the surface of this kiss. It's a lake with no wind. It's an eternity etched in goose flesh skin. It's urgently easy here, a relentless surrendering to the warmth of another sun, to the tide of a new moon. Here is a dope poem with no ending, water with no bottom too deep to dive into. Here is me, clay pliable for the first time in forever. Here is satiated hunger for unfamiliar foods and truths as juicy as forbidden fruit. It's so tranquil here on the surface of this moment. This easy skin river, this melding so perfect, so purple, like my favorite color, and fresh bruises. It's like knowing something unfamiliar. It's in my gut. It's on my skin like your scent. It's in my dreams. It's on my mind. It's in your hands here. It's on your face. It's in your beard like my fingers. It's somewhere between before, ever, and after, and it exists for an eternity. That is so, so easy. I could live on the surface of it forever, like hope lives on the dandelion puff wish. Here is me. Here is you, flesh, perfect, giving and taken in equal measure. Here is neither greedy nor gracious. Here is yes to everything and no to forgetting. Here is tattooed behind my eyelids and emblazoned in my skin. It's a saccharine tinge left on my lips. Here nothing is forbidden and all is light. Sun and feather, here is flight. On the surface of a moment, calm and thin. There is a power in this moment with no ending I begin. It's placid here on the surface of this kiss. And that's that piece.
Ooh, ouch.
All right.
Yeah, that was really
All
good.
right,
You
Glenn.
started.
Brilliant.
You started the way you ended the way it started, right?
Yes.
It's placid
Yes,
here on this kiss.
Yes,
Right.
I did. Yes.
I really
Thank
like dandelion puffed wish.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was good.
I appreciate
That was
it.
dope, Joanna. All right. All
Yeah, I
right.
love the circular journey when you wind up where you started. It's a great closure.
Yeah. True facts. All right. This is a piece I titled The Life. Must be my aura. Go and find your own water. Words spoken on terms from king, please don't loiter. Lobby supervisor, building clean from distraction. Visionary, creating, sacrificing, birthing action. Next thing happening, pastime hobby high. Sleep inside the clouds and wake up the sun vibes. Rays of light point of direction, ancient mindset. Open up gates to study halls with my eyes. Full access, acquire what the liars try to hide. Hand signs, design keys, unlock many scribes. Walk with the power to will lines on blank paper. Touching subject matters even lesser or greater. Challenging my pen is an unconscious task complete. Manifesting words freely without a block. I am unique. Embrace triangulation. Accept the world in its illusion. Cleanse my internal wondering, what am I doing? King.
Yes.
Absolutely, the
All
king.
right. Yes,
Thank
King. Yes. Oh, wow. Okay, we're back around to Ragged. It's on to you. Okay.
I am Belfast. Simmer, smolder. I am fury. Bide my time. Brooding Cairo, ancient, older. I am riot. I am crime. I am water as Mexico, bleeding, pleading, let me go. But I never will. I hang the headless cartel victims from their feet after the kill. I'll set Manila on her heels, machetes slicing through the streets. I'll burn with fever in Angola. I'm more ruthless than they told you. Watch as tragedy repeats. And when the human spirit cracks the sky and reaches for the sun, I am darkness. I await you.
Mm.
You and I are one. My name is Lamentation. I count the butcher's bill. I am the rocks the righteous throw when scriptures say to kill. When terror feeds the buried gaze, my stoning victim bleeds. I am the kisses that betray the falling dynasties. Who remembers Samarkand when Mongols tore her gates, and circling crows and vultures were the harbingers of fate? See, I took the reaper's toll in my anger, in my rage. At the ending of the age, I am lost of self-control. In the gangrene of your weeping sore, in falsely promised lands, I am the scratching at the door, and the spell of creeping sands. I dare the fool in darkened streets where walking tall takes guts, for in that place where we will meet, I am the edge that cuts. And when you rise to take a stand, I will see you. I will free you. I will be the reddish glow of ashes in your hand, like the fading hue of dying roses. As the looming gray encloses, you will finally understand. That's Smolder.
Reggae.
Wow.
Bringing
Wow.
it. Bringing
All
it.
right, all right.
Oh, the passion behind that. That was amazing. Oh, wow.
A little bit of a dark piece there.
Yes.
What a great, yeah.
I
It's
like
like
it though. I like the dark.
It was ominous.
like a
It was
monologue.
beautiful.
It's like very. I like the part where he goes, "I am lamentation.
Yes.
I am this. I am that." It's just very
Yes.
dramatic. The stakes are so high in that piece. It's very good.
It was. Well said.
Yeah. So let me just find. I'm sorry. Let me just find the next one here. It's called Chicago Wind. I'm just scrolling down to it. Okay. Chicago Wind. Sometimes at night I wake to the invisible whisper of regret. A phantom linger nudging me to cuddle it back to sleep and tuck its hair behind its ears for one last caress. Is it the same unfinished ghost of Chicago that throws posthumous pebbles at my window and projects its siren branches on a rug as spick as Amish confession? My sheets are impervious to such drafts in a midnight otherwise clandestine, except to the excerpts of a boomeranging wind, a cyclone in the evenness of my surreal, a degenerate in subconscious suburbia, plowing its way back to a Midwestern goodbye. I relent to my vanity. A decade today, indentured to my bedside, indebted to my restlessness, involuntary by any form of forget, like a twitch intrepid to its cause, or a sin's unrepentable spasm, in spite of my swiftly tossing heart. La macchia to minimize, il malocchio. I see her in my melancholia browns, study myself between beauty and curse, between twilight and daybreak, a locked safe and open vault. Now I've nothing to maraud nor shore, but the insanity of my sanity, the possession of her imposing tears. And I believed her away and fled from her haunt, or that I thought, like a survivor to a neon hostel, or a loud refugee from hostile embrace, for she was really something like this room, somewhere between the shadows and the stars, like a shipwreck unseen from the watchtower, until the fog broke and my eyes softened at the proximity to something tragic, something celestial yet vulgar, infinite yet unresuscitatable. Her, it was her all along, dangerously, stubbornly sinking in the lake of our fleeting forever. Oh.
Wow. That was amazing.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Amazing.
Brett.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Definitely was dope, bro.
Yes. Valerie Lorraine.
Okay. So I heard somewhere recently that if you felt like you couldn't keep up, that you just changed the mood. So here we go. This is called Toss Toys. So I would like to premise this with this was a prompt, and it is nonfiction, so I'm okay. This Toss Toys. I run fingers over the tedious scar. I remember the needle pulling wire through derma as I stitched skin towards skin to save myself. What happened? Morning poured from the gaping wound as I watched it drain cascading rivers of my life. Where were you? Absorbing me, running where blood used to occupy my veins, rushing my cursed heart. Sorrow, the parasite that infested my being, a tragedy that you would not leave me be, entered to my chaste heart. You filled every cell. Memories stormed, tossing me about like a toy boat, forgotten from a distant sandy shore where children played happily. All the while, I lay on the floor dying, no one knowing. My breath stuck in my chest. I couldn't make it release. Tears filled babbling brooks, the deplore so great. My body ached in agony, keeping me affixed on the ceramic tile. My head was an explosion of firework recollections bursting and falling from the sky. Regret convulsed violently, violating every muscle at once, pulling me in all directions. A rag doll being dragged and tossed along your playground. My eyes did not focus. They blurred in a kaleidoscope vision of you. Where did you go? All of you is bleeding this sorrow through my veins. I can't breathe. I cannot live without you when you, yes, it is you that runs through my veins. I take a sharp blade and cut deeply. I cut the life of you out of me, the passion, anguish, and torment as I watch you spill out of me. Finally, you are gone. Valerie Lorraine.
The way you went so deeply into a piece that was that, uh, and then you just come right out with a smile. It's like, okay, she's okay. But that was beautiful. That was dope. That was really
Thank
well
you.
done. Very well done. Thank you. All right, Aaron.
All right, I'm getting to it. Sorry. Again, first and foremost, thank everybody for coming on. We appreciate you, whether you are new face or old face, the people in the chat, anybody that's watching live. We appreciate you so much. Um,
Absolutely.
for all of us who do this, in all honesty, I don't think any of us do it for any recognition. We do it from passion. So I appreciate all of y'all for speaking out and being passionate about what you do. And this is something that I'm passionate about. So some say we're like crabs in a barrel. I believe we're more like whales in the sea, existing extraordinarily in a world where we cannot breathe. Yet we continue to ascend in an environment that isn't conducive, all for a dream that continues to be elusive. But we will jump through hoops and the cascades of waves in defiance of gravity. Something about this minuscule moment of clarity. When we're at the top of the world, it's like nothing can stop us. That's what motivates our youth to become Black lawyers and doctors. In recognition of upward mobility, no one will interfere with their ascension. We will continue to climb these glass shard rungs and skip over the ones that are missing. We were always taught to work 2 times harder since our womb separation. So for any conflict I've been faced with, I've had years of preparation, years of being broke, years with no reparations, years sitting next to folks after years of segregation, years of lost hope, years of 2 separate nations, no more years of being a joke. We're on to years of lesser patience. I've seen Black men die for less than mass murderers. Things so unheard of. After a murder, went and got him a burger. Killed for real for a counterfeit like he was an armed burglar. We can't let this go on any further. To all my melanated people that are just trying to be equal, that sees hashtag after hashtag, knowing that we hate sequels. Let our anger create change, break down systems and institutions. They should be lucky we aren't seeking revenge and retribution. So, yes, I know it's hard navigating through these raging waters, but that won't stop us from raising amazing sons and amazing daughters. We cannot let conflict corrupt our jubilance. Of course, the terrains we traverse feature turbulence, but together we'll make it through this. We will show them that our lives matter, specifically Black. We will continue to put our fists high to where the energy's at. Black for the people, red for the blood, green for the land. I cannot stand for their version of freedom when we weren't in freedom's plan. Life, liberty, and a pursuit of happiness cannot exist when hashtags like Black Boy Joy and Black Girl Magic makes white people mad as shit. So sorry for being long-winded, but my Black love is long-standing. I'm on the right side of righteousness, opposing the wrong-handed. I'm on the right side of consciousness, wide awake during these nightmares. I'm done trying to force friends into allies and dealing with white tears. I'm here to encourage every Black body being to stand up and stand out, stand loud, put your Black fist high and stand proud. We aren't here to be superior, but we for damn sure not inferior. With the same fist cocked because we for damn sure not inferior. We are magnificent, mystic, more than majestic. This melanin we are equipped with is more than just skin. It's a badge of honor, a rite of passage, an emblem of greatness. So it'll be my pleasure to rid the world of these bigoted systems and races into a world where we wouldn't have to wait 50 years to get credit for spaceships. A world that tells me the history of my people before they were headed for slave ships. The mathematicians, the scientists, the philosophers, the teachers. There's a whole lot more than just Egypt. And my Black brothers and sisters, your love is a lot more than needed. Together, you and I can defeat this. So let's champion togetherness. Let's champion unity. Let's champion a village. Let's champion the community. Let's love one another as we soar through these seas. Every last Black life matters. Matters to me. And that's my piece.
You know,
All right.
so
Nice.
wait.
And Juneteenth is coming up, so that was a Juneteenth poem. So definitely want
That
to,
was
you
that
know,
was dope,
Father's Day,
yo.
Juneteenth, real
Yes,
special for
that
us.
was
So thank you.
And I live
absolutely.
about 12 miles from Galveston, so Juneteenth's a big deal here.
Wow.
Mm.
Okay. Yes. And Aaron, your surroundings are so, and your voice is just so supportive and soft. That piece was so powerful. I'm like, I love that piece. That was very dope. Very dope.
I'm actually very self-conscious about my voice, especially because in the headphones you can't really hear it. So
Yeah.
Yes.
hearing that from people, it makes me a lot more confident.
Yes.
It makes my writing more confident. So this is why we do this. So thank y'all so much.
You're so
No doubt,
welcome.
yo.
Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it. Wow. Whew. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do this piece. It's called "The Black Cats." All right. What you doing, girl? I want to say nothing. It's not like I'm sitting in my car being self destructive or awaiting motivation that's never coming. I know I should be out doing something, cleaning something, greeting someone, solving all life's big conundrums, pouring into the wells I've come from, mending all that's come undone, filtering all that comes downstream. Nothing bad should get past me. I'm the holder of so many seats that sitting seems a luxury. Hey Queen, how you doing? I want to say fine or some epithet to pass the time, but I'm feeling like a ball of rage that burns below my rib cage for everything I've overlooked and every loss I ever took. I want to slap her in her face for making me feel out of place, and I want to squish him like a grape. Instead, he gets away with rape. But I've got enough on my plate, and it's unladylike to unpack my hate. It doesn't matter anyway. I've got a lot of things to do today. Wait, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm fine. Don't mind me. I've just lost my mind. Mommy, are you okay? Yes, of course. It's a waste to contemplate divorce. A good mother knows it wouldn't be right to consider running away in the dead of the night, at least not for good. That wouldn't be nice. Just some arbitrary length of time to decide if it's his life or mine. But let's read a story or bake a pie. Get lost inside your childlike mind. Let's play house. Let's pretend we like this cage we're all trapped in. Mommy shouldn't let it slip. There's a reason I put up with this. Your happiness, my sacrifice. If he pays the bills and comes home at night, the rest is fine. I'm fine. Good night. He sprayed for bed bugs so they won't bite. I look in the mirror, but not at my reflection. I break her down into little sections. I wash my face and brush my teeth, avoid the eyes looking back at me. If I asked her how she really felt, then my resolve would all but melt. She'd ask, when have you checked on you? And there is just too much to do. I assure myself I don't have time to find out if I'm doing fine or feeling fine. Not really fine. I mean, I know I'll be all right. God's on my side. I'll toe the line. And since she won't answer questions that I won't ask, I won't see through the looking glass. She won't give the thought fighter run a voice, and I'll never have to make a choice. I'll snuggle dull to my complacency, as long as I never have to look at me. Oh, me, don't worry. I'm doing just fine. If you'll excuse me, I've got to go lose my mind. And I'm anxious to see what's left behind. And that's that piece.
Too many great
Thank you.
I'm gonna subscribe because I
Laid that way.
like that.
Laid that way.
Thank you.
That was definitely dope, though. Okay, switch up my pace a little bit. This piece I titled Colorful Heart. May I speak to your heart so I may enter your soul, engulf all my emotions so I could play a vital role, create a life between what is now and what will be, a world that is free without problems, without a unity. Place a shield around our bonds so that we remain strong, walk through life arm in arm, therefore we always stay warm. Even to disagree and agree, communicate on our thoughts. Pray that we never get caught and find ourselves distraught. Set up a date night just to enjoy our special time. Allow ourselves to unwind so we don't walk around blind. Kiss each other's ears so we share the love and care. Hold your emotions any place, any time, and anywhere. Massage your discomfort to keep your spirit high. Feel your body deep inside with the vibes I prescribe. Become your daily medicine so there won't be a them. Neither will there be a him who want my place if we become dim. Taking consideration to bring things back from a distract. Keep us solid as a rock because we can't afford cracks. Solidified and recognize I stand on any ground. Your beauty I enjoy to which is our here and now. King.
I lost my connection a little bit there, but that was definitely so wonderful show, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely one that.
Wonderful.
Definitely. And Whitney had to take care of some family business. So she said she enjoyed having a moment with everybody. And she also said peace, love, and happiness to everyone.
Right.
So
True.
that was Whitney Wells.
All right, Whitney.
Yeah.
It was nice having you back, Whitney. Well, Brett and Ragged the Poet, thank you guys so much for joining us for the first time. I hope it won't be the last time that we're seeing you guys. And Valerie,
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You guys. And Valerie, thank you so much for bringing them. And thank you for coming as well.
My pleasure. Thank you.
You're welcome. Whitney, I know you're not here to join us, but I do want to give you a special shout out. It was great seeing you back. And Aaron and King, thank you guys so much for joining me.
Likewise.
Thank you.
And make sure everybody has their Instagrams
Yes.
together so we can all follow each other. We want to continue to build this family because we plan on doing this weekly, maybe bi-weekly. The more the merrier. Like I said, you guys are inspiring me. I'm sure you're inspiring everyone else.
Each one teach one.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want Brett to teach me some of his vocabulary. I'm super enthused. Like
Stay on after the show, guys.
Okay.
Stay on after we close.
All right, for sure. All right.
Yeah, Ragged and Brett.
The Poetry Corner.